That's the scenery. You heard? That's pollen. When I hit a stop sign or something, I'll put my seatbelt on. Until then, hold on, folks. Dang. Just vibe. Oh. Okay. So boom, click it or ticket. Look, you seen it. The first 6 seconds, right? Pollen. So I'm just brainstorming. What if we, right? Pollen. Anyways, pollen gets everywhere, right? Goes in our nose or sinuses. It kind of gets in our food, drinks. If you really think about it, like it could gross you out. We ingest pollen probably in many ways that we don't even want to know. But what if we, like, from our steps, from our walk, from our just being in the wind, what if we gave off pollen? I mean, some people do. Shout out to the people with dandruff. But, like, you feel me? I'm not talking about dandruff. I'm talking about what if we, like, really gave off an aura that we could see, right? Would we act different? Would you, if you knew that, like, boom, if you knew that your footprint, or not even your footprint, but what it, like, your aura, or whatever you want to say, with your pollen, okay, let's call it pollen. What if whatever you do, so I'm in my car, I give off my pollen. When I went from my front door to my car, I gave off pollen, a stream of pollen. What if our pollen says that, like, we've been there? We can be identified by our pollen, whatever. I mean, we could get identified by our fingerprint, but think broader than that. Think broader. What if, would we act different? Would we move different, go to different paths? Would we do the same things? I don't know. I think that we would do different things. I don't believe that we would be on the same path. I'm going a completely different path to where I'm going right now, and I have no clue if I'm actually going the right way. But I'm kind of just taking a shot in the dark, right? Because it's nighttime. But, like, truly though, we give off digital footprints, like whatever website, whatever you go on, like your Gmail, all that, it's all, like, tracked and whatever freak. But, like, what if we gave off our aura or whatever, gave off pollen? Would we still act the same? Would we still have the same mindset? Would we be different? Not different, but, like, we consume a lot of things. We consume a lot of sensory, right? The internet, you're watching YouTube right now. But when's the last time you might have researched something, or maybe read a book, I don't know, or did something for yourself? I hope you did something for yourself. But I'm really just trying to, like, understand if we gave off pollen, or if our pollen could be tracked, would we still act the same? Would we still do the same things? Would we still be tempted of the same things? We gotta move different, because, like, obviously we give off pollen, invisible pollen. We give off fingerprints. We give off DNA. We give off a lot of things. But, like, what if, kind of like if you ever seen Tron, like when they're in that riding in the motorcycle and they click the button to make it just go straight, and it's like red. It's the new Tron, right? The newest one. And if you, like, someone veers off into it, they turn into dust, right? It's kind of like that kind of concept. What if our pollen, like, showed us where we've been? or showed us our path, would we still do the same, be the same? I don't think so. But I truly don't know. I truly don't. I'm just taking a shot in the dark. So yeah, I don't know, man. I hope you had a good day. Hope you had a cool, good day. I've been doing my research on food and all. This isn't kind of like this isn't a really inspirational video. This is just me yapping, I guess. Trying to find my way to where I'm going. I don't even know if I want to go this way, but I will. So, boom, I done my research about the food and all, and they talking about processed food, and ultra processed food is now as bad as, like, it's the new cigarettes. Like, that's what I heard, bro, from a scientist or something. I've been listening. He was talking about processed foods and the kind of the ideology they do and what they do. And they black, and in the retrospect, you could ask, why do we not have good foods, or more good foods, or more good options for gooder foods with healthier, like, products and stuff? But it's also a manipulated system to where they as in the bad corporations who want you to get them, who want everyone to get, who wants us to get hooked on their product. It's a legal drug ring. I'm telling you, the food industry is wicked, bro. They're putting in stuff that make us, like, want their food. Kind of how, like, Doughboys would mix they product to get them hooked. You hear me? Like, for real though, they doing it legally, and like it's only. I just learned that there's only two major baby food. There's only two major companies for real in the game. But back onto, like, the cleaner stuff, and there's no more cleaner stuff because the game, I mean, I'd say not even the game, but because it's only one-sided. It's a one-sided game. But the people, the higher-ups, the one-percenters, we're going to call them one-percenters from now on. Shout out to everyone who is listening to this point. But this is game, I'm telling you. We need to be more focused. But back to the script. Boom skis. Why do we not have cleaner foods? Because they make it hard for those companies, for those people who want to produce cleaner foods for the masses. The larger companies will outsource, but not even outsource. They'll mostly buy them out. They're mostly buying out, because what does a small company want to do? They want to expand. And most of these peon brains, right, they just in it for the money. To buy their children Christmas, which we spend about 2 point some billion on Christmas every year, right? Make that make sense. But anyways, back to the smaller script. The food industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, because why? We gotta eat, folk. And everybody gonna go eat, right? Real talk. But they buy out the smaller companies and the smaller businesses, and they make it to where them folks can't. It can't possibly be done for them. Like, just like what they're doing to the smaller, like, to the farmers. Yo, the farmers they're being financially like enslaved low-key. Why you say that? Because they have contracts with, like, say your chicken brand. They produce locally. The higher ups, the 1%ers, will source out locally, right? And local neighborhoods, and your local farmers, and then your farmers, whoever, will say, okay, I'll do it, right? For this amount of contract, they'll sign a contract, but in the contract, you got to keep up with their demands, but not even their demands. You got to keep up with, they have to feed back what they're making into keeping up with the upgradation. They have to keep from keeping up with the upgrades of the farm. And every little farm, if you see man, I wish I could pop in a picture, but I don't be editing these be straight raw. Pause. But like, if I could show you a chicken house, but I think that's what it's called, like a chicken house, but it's all dark. It's a process of when they're little chitlins, and they grow up into the big chickens, and then they get sourced out to the slaughter. But what I'm trying to say is, in that, where they reside from the little chitlins to the big, like, to when they're older, there's it's a barn or something, but it's all dark. But them are almost 200 thou, I think, like 100 some thou to have that. And some of them got about 7 on a ranch. 7 of them chicken coops, man. That's 700,000. You feel me? That's a lot and then they gotta keep up with the upgrades, so it's even 700,000 plus, because they gotta keep up with the new upgrades and the new modifications to how they're making these chickens not even move. They saying the chickens I'm watching this thing from 2007. They saying the chickens can't even, they get so big, right? They're fed to get so big, pause, that their bones can't even keep up with that body. So for real, they can't move. So what they do, they stay idle and then just be just sitting there. They just be sitting in their coops. Not even coops. They just be sitting in their prison. Real talk. Until they go out into the trucks and they get a little sunlight, and then they go slaughter. They go night. I don't know. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm trying to put y'all on game while I'm getting on game. You heard me. Real talk. I'm trying to put y'all on game while I'm getting put on game. But man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all for the new follows and everything of sorts. I know there's a man walking next to this car. I'm just glad I didn't hit somebody. But real talk though, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's been nice.